that's going to join us today from Harvard Business School. I want to kick it over to my guy, Daniel Wilson. So let's learn a little bit more about what you all are focusing on, good sir. But first, let's start with an intro, right? Tell us a little bit about yourself, your origin story, and things like that.
Awesome. Well, first of all, Joey, thanks so much for the opportunity here. And the work that Goodie Nation does is almost unparalleled. So just really appreciate the opportunity and the partnership. So intro to me, where to start? So originally from New Jersey, grew up with very humble beginnings, family of a Jamaican heritage, and was very had an early introduction to entrepreneurship, helping my uncle clean carpets when I was 9 years old. So family businesses was very core to what I've been doing since I've been really young. And having starting work super early, realized that I always wanted to dive into entrepreneurship and wanted to actually figure out how to impact diverse communities like the ones I grew up in and create value, some way to actually boost wealth creation for folks that wouldn't typically have those opportunities. And eventually went to through my I'm not sure if I'm having technical difficulties. Some on my
Are
end.
you good?
Let's keep talking. Oh, I'm good. Okay, great. Yeah, like from there, like continued to work and eventually went to college at the University of Pennsylvania. Focused on business because I knew that I wanted to create my own eventually. Had a stint in consulting and at Netflix afterwards, but had a startup that focused on digital advertising, trying to help folks save money in the long run by mapping them to the best deals or things that they wanted to buy, somewhere like a Honey, or we called it pre-baits, similar to what Ebates or now what Rakuten does. Wasn't the most successful startup, but did get to like a revenue or a cash flow positive situation and had an introduction to VC, which wasn't the most friendly. And this kind of made me realize that there is some work to be done on the having more diverse folks in those rooms and being able to have better access to capital for folks who maybe have more diverse backgrounds. So applied to Harvard, now at Harvard, as you mentioned, I'm a part of the ASU community, the African American Student Union, which really focuses on empowering Black students here at the Harvard Business School, but then also just the wider Black community, which is mainly focused on improving access to opportunities, capital, and learning resources, which is also what we're doing in my role at the Black New Venture Competition, which is Harvard's largest student-led pitch competition, regardless of affinity, focused on Black founders specifically within the US and abroad that are growing any type of venture. It's the fourth year running in 2023. We actually have apps open now. I'm so super happy to talk about that and the partnership with Goodie Nation that we have in store.
Dope. So listen, let's get a little bit more into the the competition, even like the week. So the pitch competition or the competition happens during a week or weekend of activities, right? Or a few days of activity. Can you talk a little bit more about that summit and stuff?
Absolutely. So the pitch competition is part of our ASU conference, the African American Student Union Conference, the 50th annual conference. It's going to be February 24th and 25th in 2023 here in Boston, Massachusetts, fully in person. Have a ton of programming scheduled. So the first day is very tech focused. It's called the Black Tech Summit. We have a ton of panels that are focused on Black young professionals, students, or anyone really who wants to be a founder or work in tech. There are panels that are going to be around fundraising, product market fit, building a tough tech venture, getting a PM role, recruiting, etc. And then the day will culminate with the Black New Venture Competition, in which we'll give out or deploy over 200,000 in non-dilutive capital to founders. So again, look out for that application. And then the next day is a more like diverse set of programming that will be more like social or community focused, but also have some professional programming on like media entertainment, consumer products, wealth building, investing in private equity, venture capital, and other career fields. So very like professionally focused conference for those 2 days, and then culminating with a gala here in Boston. So again, look out for more information on that, and please do buy tickets. If you need more information, please let us know.
Dope. Oh yeah, we're gonna dive a little bit into it as well, and also we have another person from the team joining us in a few seconds. But Daniel, like why did you decide to take a leadership role in this initiative?
So I think it goes back to my story a bit. Like I mentioned, entrepreneurship is super important to me, and I think critical to like filling that like wealth gap that we see in the U.S., particularly for like diverse communities and those that are non-diverse. So me being involved, I really just wanted to have an impact and create value for founders that are trying to build their ventures. I think, though obviously we're a very small competition, I think we have like very long-lasting value with the founders that do get to participate and win. And candidly, it might be even transformative in many ways. And it's being able to be a part of that, and it's humbling just to be able to have that type of impact on folks and take a part in their journey. So it was just super important for me to be involved in that, particularly given my background and my career aspirations.
Cool. So listen, so one of the things that I actually am really like it's super impressed about from with students from Harvard is their dedication to make stuff happen no matter the circumstance. I'm actually going to bring to the studio another person from the team who is in the airport right now and is dedicated to making this stuff happen. So his name is Daniel as well. So we're going to go with Applewhite and Wilson. Applewhite, I want to give you a few seconds to talk about your origin story, right? Like a little bit about yourself, how did you get to where you are right now?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I appreciate you doing this, Joey. This is good. So for me, entrepreneurship, I mean, I started working in education with Teach for America, but then ended up kind of falling into ed tech and joining a really early stage educational technology company, and saw how founders could really move. See, I don't know what, but I think the main thing that I saw throughout my journey, at least with my connection to entrepreneurship, is the access to capital challenge that Black founders face compared to other founders throughout the founder journey. And I think what I've found is through a combination of pitch competitions and communities, we've been able to bridge the gaps that really exist where other founders are raising friends and family rounds. And so those are kind of like the first couple $100,000 that these companies raise that really get them on the track to raising institutional funding. And I think for this competition, the reason we focus on entrepreneurs who have raised less than 500K is we want to make sure that they're able to access these real institutional rounds, these seed rounds, these pre-seed rounds, where you need a lot of traction to do so. And so I think the important thing to draw from this is like traction's everything, data is everything. And that can either be with kind of the customer growth you see month over month, it can be the revenue growth you see kind of from quarter to quarter. But ultimately, you want to kind of get that early seed funding out the way so you can get the momentum rolling, and then you really just want to pour gasoline on the fire. And for me, I was managing and running and designing accelerator programs in New Orleans through an organization called Propeller. Before Harvard Business School, I was working with students on the Bay, and so just really excited to be a part of this and give back in a meaningful way.
Nice. So here's the thing. At Goodie Nation, we talk about what we call the relationship gap. And so this is like the lack of connection between entrepreneurs, particularly in tech, and influential people in business, particularly in tech. So think like investors, venture capitalists, people at large tech companies or big tech companies and stuff like that. And what research has found, particularly around from the Cape Poor Center, who's one of our funders that helped us launch this intentionally good program, is that diverse founders, particularly Black founders, Latinx founders, and women founders have a greater or have more difficulty getting connected with influential people in business than their counterparts, really because of the way society's been set up, quite honestly. And so what it leads to is a lack of access to venture capital. What it leads to is a lack of access to customers, leads to lack of access to talented people to hire. And it leads to higher stress levels for founders. So I want to drill down a little bit into like how they define influential people. What they found is that generally speaking, this revolves around networks, particularly around people that work at some of these big tech companies and people that go to some of the top colleges and universities it really crowns in the world, particularly the US. In Harvard, particularly Harvard Business School, has traditionally been considered, and what I think still is, one of the top places for education in this conference, or sorry, in this world. And so I think it's an amazing opportunity for founders to get connected, particularly diverse founders, to get connected to this amazing student union, African American student union, which can lead to a lot of amazing things. So, Daniel Wilson, I'd love to kick it to you. You want to talk a little bit more about, how we're looking to work together and moving forward between, your organization and Goodie Nation?
Absolutely. So like I alluded to earlier, we have the Black New Venture Competition, yearly competition here at the Harvard Business School, focused on Black founders in the US, but also abroad. And as Applewhite mentioned earlier, folks who have raised less than 500K mainly. So folks very early in their process, whether you have revenue or don't yet with your venture. With Goodie Nation, we're super excited to actually be partnering for folks who make it to the semifinals and finals round for BNVC, being able to opt into Goodie Nation's resources. Like Joey mentioned, a lot of the resources that these founders need are going to be very relationship based, getting connected to capital, getting connected to mentors and folks that help them stay accountable on their building journey, getting connected to other talent they can bring into their ventures, et cetera. And I think Goodie Nation provides a ton of that. So being able to not only deploy capital and give them some resources that I think allow them to grow their business, but then giving them the support alongside that that can take them and propel them to even higher heights. So we're super excited about that. It's the first year that we're doing it. And at least in formal conversations with some of the founders that were involved this year, it's been super fruitful. And we're even hoping for more impact going forward. So I'm super duper excited about it.
Yeah. So one of our core beliefs at Goodie Nation is we have everything that we need to create the change we seek. We're just not efficient in how we're utilizing the resources. When I say we, like the world, essentially, right? And so what I love about what you all are doing, you all are identifying some of the top Black-led startups in the country. Obviously, there are organizations like Goodie Nation and some of our friends and partners can funnel them to you. You all do an amazing job of vetting them, selecting them, and then you're ultimately you're going to pick semifinalists and finalists who represent some of the best, and then they can come to us, like you said, for additional support, and then we can help to connect them to additional people as well, which includes other founders. So to me, this is an example of building relationships between two organizations, and then obviously turning those relationships into an ecosystem. So we can send amazing founders your way, you can send amazing founders our way, and then we send those founders to some of our amazing partners and stuff like that. And so I think that's how we move forward as a community, by being efficient in how we utilize what we have access to, right? So again, super excited for what you all are doing, super excited for the summit, and I'm definitely looking forward to coming up there to Massachusetts in a few months.
No, yeah, absolutely. And like you mentioned, super happy to have Goodie Nation as a partner. I just want to give a quick shout out to some of our others, particularly on the venture side: General Catalyst, Coastal Ventures, Thrive Capital, Goldman, Grow with GS. I'm super excited to have those folks be involved. As I think I mentioned earlier, still looking for other partners as well. So if folks are interested to give or participate as partners for the upcoming competition, please let us know. I think we can follow that information through Joey, or happy to chat offline, but we're available and willing to chat with anyone. So super grateful again for the opportunity, Joey, and how grateful for the platform, and looking forward to the impact that we'll have on founders going forward.
There it is. So I know we have a few extra minutes. One, if you're watching out there, if you have any questions, please drop them on the platform that you're watching on, whether it's Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, or whatever. We'll see if we can, if they come up, we'll go ahead and try to get those answered. Two, I want to dig a little bit more into the impact that you all have made. So you may have mentioned this earlier, but of the folks who have participated in the past with the competition, how much money have they gone on to, or approximately how much money have they gone on to raise, and any success stories and stuff?
Absolutely. So we have 3 years of data so far, and like we mentioned, these folks are very early in their journey, so haven't raised an institutional round yet. And thus far, from the data that we can collect, we've seen that folks have raised over 15 million. Folks have gotten into Y Combinator, Techstars, and other accelerators. And I think one of our founders that's participated in the Goodie Nation fellowship, Ola from PalmPlug, actually just won an award at Afrotech a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
So there's Great traction. And like you mentioned, I think, have a system now where we're able to, one, like have a really high top of the funnel, and then also just vet some of the startups and really now looking to connect folks to relevant resources like Goodie Nation, even beyond the capital allocation that we're doing, so that we have even more success and see that 15 million number grow to 100 million, 200 million in the next few years.
Nice. So how can how can people apply? First, if you're a founder, when are applications generally speaking looking to open, and when can and how can they apply and stuff like that?
Absolutely. So applications actually opened last night. I can drop maybe the link in the chat. I'm not sure if that's the best way to do it. But folks can apply right now. So applications are open, will be open until January 10th, 2023. So I think that's what, the next 6 weeks or so. We're doing like a heavily marketing push starting now. I think this is our first marketing event. So yeah, folks are interested, please apply. I'll drop the link in the chat right now. And then just be on the lookout for more information. You can also follow us on Twitter at Black New Venture. Again, at Black New Venture on Twitter, and be on the lookout for other pushes on LinkedIn and other social media platforms.
Nice. Yeah, so that link's been dropped, especially if you're on Facebook or YouTube. I mean, you can just go to Black New Venture competition .submittable.com /submit, and we'll make sure everyone will kind of get that information as well. Cool. I mean, any other ways for people to get in contact with you? You mentioned some kind of social media. I don't know if you want to drop any other ways. Maybe people should follow you on LinkedIn.
Yeah, follow both of us on LinkedIn. So it's Daniel Wilson. I forget what my actual LinkedIn address is. I probably should know that off the top of my head. But it's Daniel Wilson from HBS and Daniel Applewhite from HBS. My email is dwilson@nba2023.hbs.edu. We'll also drop that in the chat. And then Applewhite is dapplewhite@nba2023.hbs.edu. Reach out to us there. We also have an email, hello@blacknewventure.com, which might be easier to remember.
Yeah. Maybe
so reach out to us there as well.
Okay. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah, I'm super excited. I mean, I know last year, some of the winners talked about how they got to connect with some of the best Black VCs in the industry. Some of them were on the judging panel and stuff like that. So super excited. And if you're a Black founder out there, if you raise less than $500,000, that is an amazing opportunity for you. And how much is from a cash award perspective? What are the prizes again?
So we're still finalizing the pot. Last year we gave out $275K. The largest check that we deployed was $90K to the revenue winner. This year we know that we'll be giving out over $200K and hoping to finalize that number soon. Nice. So be on the lookout for more details there. Good
stuff. So listen, again, if you're a Black founder, it's an amazing opportunity for you. Please look if at minimum, just kind of Google it. You'll find the form. Please apply for it. If you're a sponsor or anybody else in the space, please strongly consider working with them, and also kind of attending the conference and stuff like that. So super looking forward to everything in our partnership moving forward. I don't know if there's any kind of final words you have, or any kind of call to action or anything like that.
No, Joey, just thanks again. This has been super helpful. I think both of us and everyone here at HBS is super passionate about impacting Black founders in any way we can. So hopefully folks will apply to the competition. Again, Black New Venture competition .submittable.com/submit, or just reach out to us at hello@blacknewventure.com. I would love to be in contact. And if there's any other way that we can support, please let us know.
Cool. Well, good stuff, sir. We'll be in contact soon. Have a great day, and let's make some stuff happen next year.
Absolutely. Thanks again.
All right, buddy. See you later. Awesome.